I streamed a lot, man. I was about to play something else, but you mad late, man. I played Mad Tekken today already. I'm honestly, bro, like I play Tekken every day, so it's like you know, I'm most excited to play the patch. I'm kind of done with this version of Tekken. But I really want the patch to come out because I want to see what they give Lee and I want to see what they do to everybody else. I hope the patch is big enough so that the game becomes really different. I want the game to be really different to the point that it becomes fun again, right? Yeah, I hope the patch is good and it changes the game enough to get people hyped to play. Because Season 4 patch was whack. They changed a bunch of weird shit. All right, let's do one more thing. What? Yeah, what's good, man? Who y'all? I feel like it's gonna be fluff. Yeah, I kind of feel like it's gonna be ass. All right, so what characters should get buffed? Let's look at the roster, right? Yeah, they should buff these characters. Buff him. Nerf. Buff. They could fix him. They could buff him. Leave alone. Buff. Nerf. Buff. Nerf. 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 Leave him alone. Buff. 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 Nerf. I don't know. They could buff him a bit. Buff. Probably leave him alone. Nerf. Buff. Buff. Maybe buff. They're gonna nerf him again, regardless of what I say. They could nerf him a little bit, or leave him alone. Because if they buff him anymore, he's gonna be the best character in the game. Or really good, they might buff him. They might buff. Buff. Nerf. They could buff her. Nerf. Buff. Buff. Either they're gonna nerf him or leave him alone. If they buff him, he's gonna be top tier. I don't know if they're gonna buff him, but if he gets buffed, he's gonna be top tier. So they could buff him because he could be better. They just need to not buff him too much. But if they buff him, I'll be fine with it. Like I'm fine with him getting buffed because he's good, but he's not like OD. Nerf. He could use buffs. He's not that good. He was top tier before, so I don't see them buffing him again. I don't see them buffing him again because he was already top tier and everybody fucking complained about him. This character's toxic. I don't know, man. If he gets buffed, ugh. I hope he don't get buffed because he's already really good. If he gets buffed, he's gonna be S tier. How long does it take? Hey, yo, GM, I watch your vids on adapting to playstyles. Gotta say thanks. No problem, bro. It helps me see little shit like round starts or picking out patterns. How long does it take to get it down in a few matches? I can figure stuff out sometimes. If it takes way too long, you just gotta play a lot, bro, and get used to picking up stuff like in rounds. By like round 1, you should be able to figure out a little bit of what your opponent's trying to do. So yeah, man, just try to adapt by rounds. Try to practice like looking at what your opponent is doing by round by round. They probably gonna buff him. He was already OD though. I think any character that's already been top tier, I don't think they're gonna buff him again. Cause like in season 1 and 2, everybody hated Dragunov and Kasumi. So I kind of don't think Kasumi and Dragunov are gonna get buffed. Just because they were already OD in season 1 and 2, and everybody hated those characters. Same with Jack. Jack was already like top tier. And everybody was complaining about that shit in season 1 and 2, so I don't see them being OD again. So we might get new top tiers in the new patch. I don't know actually. I actually don't know. Nerf, definitely nerf. Please nerf. I think all DLC should get nerfed. Almost all DLC. Please nerf. They probably gonna buff Yoshi a bit, but not a lot. I'm gonna tell you some lore, and this is dead ass. I met Harada for the first time in 2010, at the WCG finals, right? And I was talking to Harada, right? And I asked him, why are certain characters like Yoshimitsu not good? Like, why are certain characters low tier? You know what he told me? He told me Yoshimitsu is designed to be low tier. That's what he told me. He said Yoshimitsu is supposed to be low tier. He said there's specific characters in the game that are designed to be low tier. So that's what he told me. So I don't see this character being top tier. But yeah, that's what he told me. Some characters like Yoshimitsu and shit, like they designed not to be that good. I don't know if he had, but I'm just some lore. That's what he told me. That's what he told me. He said some characters just designed not to be that good. Say again, I gotta add what you said. I said Harada. I met Harada in 2010 for the first time, and he told me some characters are designed to be low tier. What else could they do to nerf Fakuram? Honestly, bro, I think that back forward 4 shit, that shit need to get nerfed. That shit is too good. That shit like plus 100. And I just think that whole shit about, it's hard to balance him. I don't know, man, because I think that wall break, wall stun shit, guard break shit is mad cheap, but I think he needs that shit. So I don't know, man. I don't know what else they could do to nerf him. Maybe make it a little bit more, I don't know. I don't know, actually. Besides that back 4 shit. Yeah, that 3-1 shit, too. They could probably nerf that stupid shit, too. That shit is spammable as fuck. Yeah, standing 3, they could probably nerf that, too. And back 4. Well, other than that, I don't really know. What y'all think about Brian? I feel like a lot of Brian players think Brian needs to get buffed. I know Neat thinks Brian needs to get buffed. But Brian's been getting buffed like every patch, though. Brian's been getting buffed every single fucking patch. So take away a few of the strings. Yeah, that could make sense. Yeah, take a few of his strings. But a lot of Brian players don't think he's that great. I think Neat thinks he's not that great neither, because he doesn't use Brian a lot. So he might get buffed just because of that, because they don't see like people really playing him. He said any beginner characters you can learn? Play any of the DLC, bro. Play any of these, man. Any of the DLC. Or play Cooney or some shit. Yeah, it's hard to use. Yeah, that's right. Super hard against defensive players, yeah. Because his offense is not that good, yeah. Because he needs CH to win, yeah. Bob, I don't know, man. Bob is a weird shit. Because I think because Bob keeps getting buffed. I think if he buff him again, he's going to be top tier, so I don't know. This character's in a weird situation. I think if they buff him, he's probably going to be too good, because Bob is already an underrated character. I think Bob is better than what people think. He's strong. Yeah, he is low-key very strong, but nobody plays him like that. Yeah, he got buffed hard last patch. I think if they buff him again, he's going to be really, really good. But he's underrated. I remember Usang was using Bob in a couple of tournaments. He was doing good. Yeah, he was doing good in a couple of tournaments with him. Yeah, he's underrated. Bob is good. Yeah, man, he's good, man. He said buff Nina's range? My man. You know why I don't know? You know why I don't want Nina to be top tier? Because she's literally top tier in almost every Tekken game. It's actually okay for her not to be top tier in a Tekken game. I think she's good enough now. I really don't want a top tier Nina again. She's always top tier, dude. Like, always top tier. This is one of the few Tekken games that she's not fucking top tier. And she's always had range issues, bro. So it's like, if they do that, that's gonna be uncharacteristic of her. Nina was top 10 Tekken 6, yes, and she was top 10 Tekken Tag 2. And she was top 10 Tekken 5. So she was top 10 like in the last 3 games. So you said Shaheen needs buffs? Like I said, man, if they buff him too much, he's gonna be like Shaheem from season 1 and 2, and people are gonna complain. So I think all the characters that they nerfed because people complain too much are not gonna get buffed a lot. So Shaheem is not gonna get buffed a lot because he was already top tier. Jin is not gonna get buffed a lot because he got nerfed already. He was top tier. Law is not gonna get buffed a lot because he was top tier. He got nerfed. Steve was already top tier in Tekken 7, so he's not really gonna get buffed. Dragunov is not really gonna get buffed because he was top tier already. So any character that was already top tier in Tekken 7 in the prior seasons is probably not gonna get no buffs because they got nerfed for a reason. Same with Kasumi. Like I think Kasumi, they nerfed her too much, but they nerfed her for a reason. She was way too good. Way too good. And Armor King already got mad. He already got buffs, a lot of buffs the last patch. So they'll probably leave him alone, honestly. Because he already got mad buffs the last patch. Like, what they're going to do? They're going to buff him again? That's OD. They get buffed twice. They're going to buff him again? He said Nina should be top 10 every game. I disagree with you. But honestly, I'd rather have a high tier Nina than a top tier Anna. I don't want to deal with a top tier Anna. Because I think if they buff Anna too much, like this shit would be too good. Because I think the game fits her a lot. But I really hope Anna doesn't get buffed a lot. I have a bad feeling too. That in the new patch, they're going to OD. Yeah, because Geese got nerfed a lot already. So it's kind of, I don't know what else they can nerf from him. Like, Geese got nerfed a lot in Tekken 7. So I don't know what else they can do. Maybe lower the damage a little bit more. A lot of moves that War Splat in this game. That's what I think. I think a lot of moves that used to War Splat, maybe like this. Maybe like this. I think when you hit somebody with that shit, it's just gonna force a 50-50 and not War Splat. So I think a lot of moves that War Splat before are not gonna War Splat anymore, and it's just gonna do that weird ass fucking shit on the floor that you get up and get a 50-50. Because I feel like people complain about moves War Splat in this game. People think it's cheap. Yo, I ducked on the wall, or I ate this War Splat move, and I eat a free combo. Cause like isn't Lydia's Political Storm, doesn't that shit War Splat or it doesn't? Because I saw in the trailer it gave that weird ass thing. Let's see that, because I don't know if that shit War Splats, because in the trailer it gave that weird stun. It doesn't? Okay, so maybe it doesn't. All right, so maybe moves that don't, it could be two things. It could be two things. It could be either that they reducing the amount of moves that War Splat and it's gonna give that new weird stun, or they're gonna give moves that don't splat on the wall that look like they should splat on the wall. They're gonna make it so it gives that weird stun. So it could be two things, man. It could be like moves that don't really splat. It's gonna do that new mechanic and do that shit, or you know what I'm saying. So that's probably what it's gonna be. It's probably gonna be that moves that don't War Splat in general, like Hush, is gonna give that weird shit, or just War Splat moves are not gonna War Splat no more. Just do that. That's a new Tekken 8 mechanic for testing or something. What up, Lan? That new shit is actually fucked up, dude. And the reason why that new get up mechanic is fucked up is because at least when you tech roll, you could do a lot of stuff with tech roll, right? You could roll to the side, you could delay tech roll, you could do a lot of stuff to avoid 50-50s on the ground in this game, right? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things to deal with when you tech roll, with delay wake up, delay, get up, and all types of shit, right? That new fucking get up mechanic is cheap. And the reason why it's cheap is because you pretty much gonna be forced to eat a 50-50 right in your face. You're just gonna be forced to eat it. You can't get up kick, you can't spring kick out of it. You just gotta force the mix up. So that can make the game a lot more nuttier and a lot more 50-50 based. So who knows what the fuck that shit's gonna do to Tekken. That shit can make the game really bad, or that shit can make the game better. I don't know.